That's dope.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up, people? It's your boys. It's Tuesday night. You know what time it is. It's the No Man Fantasy Sports Podcast. It's your boy, Mr. What Up, Man. What up, peoples?
Yeah.
Like harmonious in a sense. Man, we got a great show for you tonight. It's Tuesday night. You know when you'd rather be nowhere else, right? Let's get it started. We got the man. He's in the middle tonight. On my view, he's in the middle. Got the hat on backwards. He looks all comfortable, but he's still terrorizing the road. What up, Reese?
What's going on, fella? Another Tuesday, another No Ma'am. Let's get it.
Tuesday night, man.
What up, Chuck?
We're trying to work out some kinks on some things. You know, I think Bro's working on getting the TikTok stream going. So Bro's in the house. What up, Bro?
Yo.
What it is, my boy?
I'm
trying, bro.
I gotta say this, and he gets a pass tonight because if this was tomorrow night, we may not even be doing it. And West may have got a pass too. But sitting there cheering on his Minnesota Timberwolves, Mr. Jay Curbs is in the building. What's up, Jay Curbs?
Yo, I hate SGA, bro. I genuinely hate his game.
That's Jay Curbs.
Shout out to Lemony Snickets.
Whoa. Speaking of skewing shout outs, my man Drew in the building, rocking the Floyd Bears hat. Drew and I got something special for y'all next week. We can't let it out the bag. Just let you know it's nostalgic. Let's just
What up, y'all?
What up, Drew?
Here.
We don't see him yet, but he's here. I promise you, people. Snowman
Yep.
is in the building. What up, Snow?
What's up? Give me 20 seconds and you'll see me.
Give him
That's
20 seconds.
that's how cold he is. You don't even see him right now.
What up, Snow?
Yeah.
Typically, I would leave West for last, but I got an announcement to make, and just
What I do?
Oh, I'm doing it. Don't worry about it. I got it. But you're three-time fantasy football, no man fantasy football champion, the greatest co-host in podcast history, the man that rules the airwaves. I mean, the guy's the greatest co-host in podcast history. We all know that. However, if you don't know this, Saturday nights, I actually took a trip.
Where'd you go?
I visited some old friends of ours.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Before I talk about our old friends,
How they doing?
they're doing well. They send their love. You know what, Belly? I was gonna talk about Belly. There's a video out there that if you want the video, there's somebody that can supply you with this video. Okay, but this man, I'm going
This
to
shit's
put the
disgusting.
spotlight for a second. This man right here had the audacity to dance around on a video in
No.
a silk dress. Yes, people, look at that frame.
Yo, hit me up, people. Hit me up. I got you.
If you want the video, please
The
email
shit's
nomanfantasyfootball@gmail.com and attention J Curbs and send us your email address and we will send you the video.
It's disgusting. I just want to let you all know. It's disgusting.
It's really disgusting.
The shit's disgusting.
I do want to say what's up to the No Man family, the YouTube family, rocking out as always. It's already the chat's already blowing up. We got Philly in the building. We got SD the Great. We got Drew, who's not only on the YouTube chat, but he's on the TV screen.
No.
Craziness. Shout out to Kelly.
Hold on,
Join us here soon. We got Wiccan. My man Wiccan. Yo, Wiccan is the GOAT. Right now, I'm saying it in front of everybody.
I'll put you on
Is the GOAT.
Bluetooth.
Speaking of
Say
GOATs.
Bluetooth?
My fault.
I have to talk about this. I'm going to ask everyone.
Bro.
hold on.
Chill, bro.
I need everyone to give me your undivided attention. When I started this years ago, this podcast, I had a lot of visions, as I've talked about. Please stop, Belly. Very serious. I had a lot of visions of where I was going to take this, right? Wes and I, we had ideas. We had a lot of good people that helped us.
Mm-hmm.
One of the original members of what we used to call the Peanut Gallery, right? They were always off to the cut, and you would always it was my idea that like a kind of like a studio audience, right, Drew? Like you could hear someone in the background, right? Well, it pains me and really does, and I contemplated talking about this because it's a very tough subject, but the No Man family lost a dear member last Thursday. There was a gentleman, his name is Corey Ruffin. He was grew up with Reese and Lewis. Known them for years. Phenomenal human being. At times, he was a pain in the ass, as we all are, but we loved him nonetheless. A father of two beautiful children, great husband, but he's no longer with us. It's hard. As I never thought, like I said, I never thought I'd have to talk about this on our podcast, losing a member. But Corey was that dude. He was funny. Shout out to the Ravens. He's a Ravens fan. But I know Corey would want me to tell you guys this, and this is classic Corey Ruffin. I was out to lunch with him one day, and Corey and I we hit it off. Like we were really good friends from the jump. And he told me one day, he goes, Mitch, I don't have a lot of white friends. I'm gonna be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Hey, if I made the cut, I made the cut. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other scrubs, they ain't make the cut. That's on them. So he says, but if I ever mess around with some white people, you can't get mad. I'm like, look, man, you got my blessing. I'm going to give you a pass. So we went to lunch one day at a local eatery here in North Carolina. And the guy comes up, the waiter comes up to say, goes, good afternoon, gentlemen. What can I get you guys? Can I get you guys something to drink? So I'm a water guy. So water guy. Shout out to my man Steve Nance. He was out there with us as well. Steve was like, I'll take a water. Lewis, who was also original member of the No Man family, says, I'll take a water as well. Corey looks this guy dead in his eye and he goes, I'd like to have a Tiger Woods. And the guy looked at him like, what are you talking about? Like, and he didn't want to be disrespectful. Corey's big dude, right? Reese, how tall was he? About 6'1", 6'2"?
6'2", 6'3". You call him Roughhouse. He's defensive tackle, Independence. From
big guy, whatever. And guy was like, look, sir, I don't mean any disrespect, but I have no idea what you're talking about. He goes, let me ask you this. You know what an Arnold Palmer is? He's like, yeah. What's an Arnold Palmer? He goes, it's half lemonade, half sweet tea, half lemonade. He goes, well, Tiger Woods is half lemonade, half sweet tea. I want the lemonade on the bottom. He had no idea what to say. Like the kid was so like, okay. He goes, what? You can't make a black man a drink? Funniest shit ever. I mean, he gave the guy literally gave the guy a $20 tip too because he messed with him the whole entire time. And he apologized. He's like, oh, I'm just messing around with you, man. Just having some fun. But rest in power, King. You're our friend, our brother, our family. And so this show is dedicated to Corey Ruffin and the Ruffin family. So shout out to Corey Ruffin, baby. Give me more. Everyone just bow your head for a few seconds of silence, man. All right. Corey, love you, brother. Let's move it on. Let's go. So appreciate the chat. We got a first-time chatter, 626 Kyle. Kyle, make sure you smash that subscribe button and let's get it pushing. Hey, Wes, question for you. Because
What's
I know Kirby can answer this the same way you. Do you have a team that's currently in the NBA that's playing in the playoffs in the conference finals?
I think I do.
And what is the name of that team, sir?
The New York Knickerbockers.
That's what I'm talking about.
Say go New York,
Big
go New
body
York, go.
Brunson taking it to the Celtics and ending their season. Ryan, you got anything to say, bro? Yeah,
That was fraudulent.
Oh, that was called an ass whooping, sir.
Fraud.
So
They call
you
Pacers
know,
five.
you know what's the funny thing about it, Ryan, is that, and Ryan's is a Celtics fan, everyone, by the but so you know.
Pacers in 5.
Yeah, and yeah, they'll be done in 5. That is a good call. What I don't understand is I heard this casual, and I won't mention his name he's on from TikTok. He said the only reason that the Knicks won the series is because Jason Tatum was hurt. We played the first 4 games, and we went 3 and. I mean, what is wrong with you guys? 3-1. What is wrong with your posse out there, Ryan? Like I don't get it.
Don't wrap me into those guys.
Oh, I'm wrapping you into it. But Wes,
Mhm.
I'm gonna save the best for last when I come back to you. But I want to start with Snow.
Uh-oh.
Snow,
Yep, it is rigged, but go ahead.
Hey,
I want you to first, because we're going to talk about Jared's series here in a second as it's happening right now. Jared, can I get a score update, please?
22-20 SGA is a fraud. I don't care what anyone says. Free throw one merchant.
He is a free throw merchant. So Snow, what is your honest take in this series coming up with the Knicks and the Pacers?
Oh man. It's kind of tough. So I feel like Brunson is gonna do what he normally does until like the fourth quarter. But as far as like the big man inside, I think Miles Turner is gonna I want to say force Karl Anthony Towns to be a little uncomfortable. But then again, you got Josh Hart that's gonna be your hero. But I don't know. I don't know.
Who do you see winning the series?
I got the Pacers in 6, but I'm not as confident. You know what I mean? So
Russo, get some Rogaine, you bitch. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going on.
Oh,
I feel like
whoa.
this is like this Knicks and Pacers series. I'm not as excited for it as any other series that happened in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
Well, as a Knicks fan, I'm excited because it takes
I know
the old days.
Yes, it's
but Wes,
we're gonna have that '90s feeling, but I don't know.
It's definitely
refresh my memory. What was our record against them this season?
Who, the Pacers?
Yeah,
2-1.
2-1. Okay. Drew, what do you see? What do you see happening in this series?
So we talked about it briefly. I think the way the Knicks lose this series is if they can't get over the hump of defending the transition 3 ball. They're very bad at that. Indiana can, they got a deep bench. They got a lot of players that they can run, a lot of different lineups. If they let Obi Toppin just chip away, it's going to be a problem. But I can definitely see this series going to 7 off of the likeliness of, Brunson he's just been different as a player. I'm just going to say that.
Right.
So I can definitely see it go 7 with either team. I can definitely see either team stealing a couple of home games here from each other. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I initially had the Pacers.
Okay.
So, but I think either team can win in 7.
Reese, what's your take?
Knicks got depth, so Pacers like to run. We'll see if they can run on the Knicks. So I don't know. I like the Knicks wings better than the Pacers, and if Halliburton can't play defense on Brunson and Brunson gets shots off on him, it's over. I got the Knicks in 5 or 6.
Wow. Burbo, are you out there?
Yes, sir.
Are we on TikTok or no?
We are definitely live on TikTok, as you can hear Bro in the background
What up,
running his
TikTok?
gyms. Shout out to Skrilla, man. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to the world.
What
I'm
up,
trying to get
TikTok?
my viewing together. As you can see, it's telling me all type of dumb shit. But I just want to give a big shout out to the people. Cam, thank you, Cam. Thank you, Skrilla. Thank you, D1, to everybody that's in the chat right now. Just real quick, just to answer your question real quick, man. Listen, man, the bottom line is if the New York Knicks and a power forward that was traded to the New York Knicks for this specific reason because he is a better basketball player they would think when it pertained to the guy that y'all got rid of and traded to Minnesota. If he doesn't step up this series, you got no chance. You can't get past this team because you took this team 7 games last year. And so I think Karl Anthony Towns is an upgrade. He doesn't hold the ball as much as the previous power forward. He doesn't demand the ball. He can affect the game without necessarily scoring. But for this series, he has to score. So I just think as long as he has a 18 to 22 point average and a 10 to 12 rebound average this series, you guys will be fine.
Okay. Belly, you're still going with the Pacers in 5, you said? 6?
Yeah.
You got a bad attitude.
It's not. It's because right. It's gonna come down because we noticed how the first 2 series for the Pacers, how Neesmith was playing defense.
Right.
And when Neesmith wasn't on Donovan Mitchell went off, right? And then if you look at like Reese said, yeah, the Knicks have the better wing players. But Obi Toppin coming off the bench, I don't see another wing player for, the Knicks stopping Obi in that transition. I really don't. So it's going to come down to the depth of that bench. And if Neesmith still can continuously play defense the way he has the entire first 2 series.
Well, I think what's going to work for the Knicks is we got home court advantage, right? That's definitely going to set the tone. If they can win at home, again, yes, we haven't played the best at home. I mean, we won the series against y'all at home, so I know.
Yeah, but look at the Cavs; they had home field.
We're not the Cavs. I'm just saying it always bodes in the team's favor when they have home court advantage. We've beaten them twice already this year. I think we can do it again. I think we got a different team, a different mindset. So, you all right, Wes?
Yeah, I just gotta step out, go pick up my daughter.
Oh, yep. He has to go. He started a new job, a new JO. You coming back? Well, we should be. What time you get back?
I don't know. We'll see. But before I go, let me put in my Knicks tape. Let me put in my little homerism. Got the Knicks in 6, but I agree. It's going to be a tough series. Can't let them really run. That's my only concern. Transition D, recognizing shooters like Drew said. Cat's got to be big. If Cat's big, then I feel more confident in this series, but not really confident in Cat showing up every night. So that's the problem.
Right.
He can kind of be out of games and being inconsistent. Not worried about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson going to do his thing. If we rebound, ultimately, I'm super confident because I don't see anybody on the Pacers matching us on the boards.
Well, I got the Knicks in 7. So on that note, Wes, stay with us. If you just hit us up, we'll be there. Yeah, and so I'm excited. It starts tomorrow night. We'll Jared, I don't want to interrupt you. If you want to give us your take on the Knicks series.
Yeah, Pacers in 6.
Why'd I even ask?
I had a question. Do you think fatigue will be a factor for the Knicks?
Who?
No, Snow. Right now, I think that's one of my factors into the OKC Timberwolves series. I think we're going to see a lot of tired legs because that's what the Timberwolves ran into last year in the Western Conference Finals. They had tired legs. So I think that's going to play a big part in both the series just because the Pacers and Wolves had relatively short series, while the Knicks and Thunder had longer series. So that's my take on it.
Well, and so no, it's a good transition into your series, what's going on right now. That we got OKC that just took out Denver, and you got Minnesota that just annihilated Golden State. Drew, I'll go to you first on this one. What do you see this series going, and why?
I wanted no funny, Jared. I want to choose Minnesota, but I just think that OKC is going to grind out the Timberwolves. If DiVincenzo and Naz Reid can't be big scoring contributors in this series, I think that puts their back against the wall with Conley and guys like Rudy Gobert to like try to score 20 points in a series to help them help Ant. So but
you already know I can't stand DiVincenzo, so yeah.
I mean he's a good shooter. I don't think DiVincenzo gets enough credit, and
I want him off my team like yesterday. So
that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I got OKC winning in 6.
Is Ant? I know Ant rolled his ankle. Jared, is he back on the court?
Nope.
Not, okay. Reese, what's your take?
It's an exciting series. Watching it now as we're talking, but my thing was Brobo said something before. I think this is one of the first times I've seen an actual win-win trade where both teams benefited from that trade. The Wolves get rid of Cat, they get DiVincenzo and Randolph.
Randall, yeah.
Yeah, Randall, and they're in the finals. It wasn't Ant alone. They got two pretty good. DiVincenzo doesn't get the credit for how good as a defender he is, perimeter defender he is. He is a jitterbug. He is all over the court. So now you got him and Ant. That's why they had, with Rudy. That's why they have one of the better defenses in the league. I still think OKC's gonna have a little bit more depth than Minnesota right now.
Yeah,
but
hard bitch. Sorry.
Okay.
That was brought to you by Jared Kirby.
Yeah.
Snow, what's your take on the series?
I think OKC is going to win in 5. I think we are starting to see the start of the Thunder dynasty. They have a lot of picks coming up too after this. So, hey man, I'm glad y'all got your rings before they did.
Bro, what's your take?
For OKC, man, look, I mean, even if we think that coming into this series they're the favorite, that's because we thinking about the regular season. I think the biggest scare for Minnesota, in my opinion, would have been Joker. You don't have to deal with that, which means that your rim protector can actually stay at the rim and pretty much protect this doofus face from getting 17,000 free throws when it pertains to SGA. So I think Minnesota in 6 seems more accurate to me. I just think this kid's on a tear, and I don't see nobody stopping him on that team. I mean, they do have a couple defenders that can stick with him, but if he gets anybody in foul trouble, SGA under no circumstances can guard him. So I like the chances of Minnesota in 6.
All right. Belly.
Theoretically, I want Minnesota to sweep them. But, yeah, I know. But I see Minnesota with 5. It really, for me, it's going to come down to not what you see from Naz Reid and DiVincenzo. It's what you see from Randall and McDaniels. If the way OKC is set up, as long as they have a way to rotate correctly and stop Chet from shooting up a 3 ball and put somebody in his face, they're going to get the rebounds. They're going to get that transition defense or transition offense, my bad. And I don't think OKC, with them just getting out of a game 7 with Denver, I don't think OKC is going to have that willpower to stop it.
Okay. I'm going Minnesota. I think I'm a big fan of Randall. I'm happy for his success. Big fan of DiVincenzo. Miss him. Happy for his success. But I think at some point, Ant is gonna turn it on, and it's gonna be dangerous. The guy is just gonna take over. He can single handedly do it, and you know, I picked them early in the season to say that they were going to make it to the finals. I did say against my Knicks, so I do hope it's the Knicks and the Timberwolves in the finals, but obviously the Knicks winning. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge if we get there. Little update right now. It's 33-29 Timberwolves with 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, Randall has 16.
16?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Got some good news, Drew.
Hmm?
I got some good news.
Talk to you, boy.
Our WNBA draft happened the other night. Running back for year 2. Hope everyone's happy with their team. What's up? None. There's been no scoring.
So the league does not start until the 26th for us. I noticed that the other day.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's still preseason.
Okay.
Does not start.
That sucks because I'm playing Drew this week, and I think I was going to beat him.
Yeah, I'm playing snow for the next fucking 3 weeks.
Wait, hold up. It's gonna be okay this year, everybody. I was at a event,
And you don't have the God Squad this year. Yeah.
I mean, wait a minute. You auto drafted last year too, so
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
no.
No.
No, I auto drafted, and there was somebody else. Was it Bro maybe? Yeah, it was me and Bro and I. We auto drafted last year.
Yeah, was
my
that
team was fucking straight trash. As Jared tells you, one of my players on my team, she was fighting to get a visa the whole season, and that's why I stuck with her. I was down for the ride, man. Like, let's go, ride or die, man. You know, let's go.
So now that we're on the podcast, I want to ask this question to Jared.
Shut up, Bo.
Jared,
what?
Did you did you auto set up the draft, or did you manually put people in positions?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit was auto.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say what I was doing, but I was a little preoccupied. I looked at the clock. It was 8:39, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I need to get home in time."
Yeah, he was late to his own draft. That was crazy.
He was chucking corn.
Yes, that's what they say.
Wow.
Shucking. He was shucking the good life, man.
Shucking. He was
You know,
shucking.
Mitch, I ain't gonna lie. I almost texted you something, and I'm like, I ain't texting Mitch that. I ain't doing that.
Why, Drew? What was the context of your question?
No, because I was looking at the previous year, because you can check to see what your the previous year.
Your draft order.
I had the 6th place team, and I came in 4th out of 10 players. So if you think about it, and I think you had the worst record last year, Mitch, and you had the first one. So I was like, did Mitch, get the lottery pick and be in number 1?
Nice.
I don't know. I auto generated the draft order, and that's what it was. So,
well, I had the first pick, and I went with Asia.
That's what I did last year. I got to change my name now.
I was more aggravated at the fact that I was picking around Drew and Stino.
Low key though, low key, Bo's team's not that bad.
Bo's team is not that bad.
Here comes
Got a lot of basketball players.
Ryan was really killing me on the turn of the snake, because Ryan had, and I know I picked up someone that Ryan definitely wanted.
Yeah, you fucking did.
And then on the turn, he had a player that I wanted. And I was like, yeah, Ryan is definitely gonna be that guy this year.
Yep. Ryan, you had the 10th pick.
No, I had the 4th.
Oh, so okay. So Drew, what you had the 6th? You said?
No, I had the 4th. You had the Ryan, you were 6th. I was 4.
Oh yeah, I was 6.
Yeah, because I mean,
Alone was 7th. I was 8th. Stina was 9th, and I think Bro was 10th.
Bro was 9th. I was 5th. I was 5th because I was right before Alone and Stina.
Okay. Well, I said before the podcast. Well, first and foremost, good luck, fellas. It'll be a different year. I will not be in last place this year.
I'm excited for it. You know, we got the whole shit talk for a week. You know.
See, Chuck knew I got a good pick. Yeah, Chuck, I got a squad. Chuck, I got a good squad. I ain't gonna lie, man. Whoa, Robo's laughing about something, so I don't know. All right, so here's my announcement.
God damn, Randall killing me.
I wanted to do. Normally, we do a giveaway, right, Ryan? Just kind of to the peoples, right? But who's more important than the peoples? But the people who the people come to see talk. So you guys, right? So I have my wife and I created a very authentic No MaaM shirt. Everyone's name on it. It's a one of a kind, first and last edition. It'll never be sold. So if whoever gets this shirt, right, it's one of a kind. You could say that no one else will ever have something like this.
A one of one.
A one of one. A one of one. And so I'm going to tell you the parameters of what I want to do because I want to put it as a competition between Drew, Belly, Reese, Curbs, Bro, Snow, Stino, and Betts, right? Well, Betts, we're going to count him out because he's busy these days and he ain't got time for this. Yeah, how you doing? Meatball.
You say meatball.
How you doing?
How you doing? He's go over there with a couple of semolinas. Hey, forget about it.
Shout out to Betts, man. He's opening up some bagel shops down there in Wildwood, New Jersey. So I was thinking, do we reach out to the fan base and have them choose, right? I said, let's have some fun with it, right? Now, Snow, I know you don't have a TikTok. Do you have a TikTok account? Okay. Reese, I know you do. Curbs, Bro, Belly, and Drew. Now, Snow, I'd be willing to help you out, right? And kind of be your representation on the TikTok for this particular competition. What I was going to do is I'm going to put together a very unique, one-of-a-kind logo for each of you, right? And then we're going to create a video and put it on TikTok. And whoever gets the most likes, see, that's what I was thinking, Drew. I'm trying to figure out what's the parameters, right? And that person wins the shirt. That's the
I mean, motherfuckers hate me on TikTok.
Right?
Drew, don't worry.
I think
I'm
me
in
and
the same
Jared
boat.
are coming in
Jared
dead last.
too, right? I mean,
Mitch, shout out. I gotta give Drew a shout out, man. Shout out to him for standing on business for me last night, man. The watch your mouth, bucko.
Watch your mouth.
So Drew, what do you think would be a fair way to do this? I mean, I could get you guys to create a video. We can leave it up to the No MaaM Nation. Do it over a 3-week span, and they have to, there has to be maybe competitions, and we let the fan base, pick the winner.
I got it, Mitch. Who can make the best troll video?
Really, Drew?
Really? You win that one. Cut it out.
Got it.
Really?
Shut up, Jared. I don't like that one. You
Why don't you like that one, bro?
Because you win.
I mean, there's, and then well, Mrs. No Ma'am or Mrs. What Up Man, she said, why don't you have them all create like a speech? And on the podcast one Tuesday night, just kind of reach out to the No Ma'am Nation and let the nation decide who's the winner, like, gets the shirt.
Oh, Mitch, you do not want me to do that, bro. You do not want me to do that.
I kind of want you
No,
to.
Mitch,
I
will do
it,
some.
man.
I'll do some crazy shit. I swear to God. Like,
oh my God.
I will go back in history and select one of the greatest speeches of all time, and just change words in it.
How far back?
Shit crazy, bro. Oh my God, man! Y'all have no idea what I just was going through, bro. Trying to get this fucking camera on, bro.
I can see it in your face.
Fuck you.
In your face. Keeping my head above water, making it away if you can.
Listen, I got TikTok. I got TikTok in my ear. I got TikTok in my ear. I got Skrilla in my ear.
Hey, hey, Jerry Vandross, hold on. What were you saying?
I got Skrilla in my ear right now. He talking shit, telling me, "Yo, what do I say? Shut the fuck up and talk." That makes sense.
Where's Skrilla?
He's on TikTok. He's in the live on my page on TikTok right now.
Okay.
So I've been sent the live out to everybody that's No Ma'am, Stitch and everybody else. I don't see them, but I see 6 people there right now. So I'm trying to now I'm gonna focus over here and share the live out and get some more people in here.
Yeah,
they can hear us.
I'm in the chat.
Yeah, I see you in the chat too. So
V just pulled up too.
Let's get back to the look, man. You got a John Amos thing going there, brother. Like,
hey. Listen,
you know
man.
He look like? You know he look like? Harlem Nights.
Nah,
he look like Harlem Nights. I hate when these long suckers while I'm in here rolling my dice. You gotta get this
First of all, I got all my jibs. They're not yellow. I got a good smile. So whatever you talking about with all the nights, just know I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be fucking around with the thing in the air. Let's just know that. Let's get that.
So let's get back to it. So I'm
Yes,
gonna go, Drew. What do you think we should do? How do you think we should do it? What's your suggestion?
Hey, listen.
You're a jackass.
I mean, I'm really not a post kind of guy. When I feel froggy, I leap. But I'm gonna say we do something live and then just have the interactive chat and have people vote.
I'm cool with that. If everyone's cool with that, I say we do that. We pick a date to do when we go live, and Wes and I can ask questions and stuff like that. Right? Is that what you're talking about?
So what you did,
like the live you hosted the other day.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jared.
Okay.
Exactly what you did the other day. And then, smiley face if the person stays, frown face if the person leaves.
So we can, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I could, Stino, we could add Stino. Oh, I got it. Okay, perfect. We're going to do 1v1s and eliminate. I like that.
Do it like a bracket. So like you set up a bracket.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. We got this. All right. Coming soon to you to a live podcast on a Tuesday night, every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Twitch, YouTube, and now TikTok. Get your asses over there and support. We're going to have first ever No Ma'am giveaway to the No Ma'am Inside Nation, to the podcast members. Whoever wins is going to get the first edition completely covered No Ma'am shirt with a bunch of different logos and all of our names for you to rock on. Now, look, it's a big size.
I got a mulligan for Ryan. He can't have any of his encyclopedias.
Yeah, Ryan, you're gonna have to answer all your questions like this, bro.
Put your hands up.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's what I'm known.
Put down the goldfish. Put down the encyclopedias, man. Just saying.
Nah, that's what I'm known for. Encyclopedias coming.
Nah, we don't want to hear about a player from 1972 that was the third baseman in the Negro Leagues. I don't care.
No.
I don't worry about none of that.
Reese,
I don't worry about none of that.
Reese, it's deeper than that. It's the third string quarterback's cousin's best friend's babysitter who one time shared a Snickers bar with Ryan in preschool.
And bought a small vacuum cleaner.
So we'll get to that.
Yeah, right. We don't want none of that.
So, Mitch, can I give Reese my proposal I came up with?
What you got?
So, Reese, I have a proposal for you.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get you and a certain Saints fan I know.
Oh my God.
Live together to have some NFC South talk.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. You two are either gonna hate each other's gut or become really good friends.
Probably gonna hate him.
Yeah, you're probably gonna hate him. I think
he's a Saints fan.
I don't know.
He's a Saints fan. So
yeah.
I'm gonna set it up, and I'll text you when I know when he's available, and I know when you're driving, and we'll have the discussion.
All right.
Reese,
don't worry. He's not like the kid who said Tom Brady was a great arm talent. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
No, I will say, Reese, I will say this. This kid knows what he's talking about. So shout out to my boy Nate. He knows.
The fact that you say kid is already going.
Oh no, he's just younger than me.
He's a 22-year-old college student, man. He's a kid.
Oh God, this is gonna suck.
No, but
he ain't no damn kid.
Listen, he know, like you, he knows what he's talking about.
He's still wet behind his ear. He got Similac on his breast.
Reese, I'm gonna be honest, Reese. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. The Saints fan base hates that man.
Yes, that is true.
What?
Like they legitimately hate his ass.
Because he's honest. He's honest.
He's very brutally honest about the Saints.
Yeah, and he's like, and shout out to Nate. And I meant to say this last night in the live. Shout out to Trav. Like Nate is very, very like the realism of not trying to push a narrative is what I enjoy about Nate.
Right.
And some people they like to talk about their team and what they hear from like the local media and all of that, but Nate will get down to the nitty-gritty about his team and rip it to the studs, bro. So shout out to Nate.
And he does get casual at times. I called him out one time. He thought I hated him. I don't hate him.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I like Nate. Shout out to Nate. All right. We got some NFL talk. My Bengals are a joke. I'm just gonna say the whole season.
I'm glad you can admit it. It's so nice hearing you say that.
It's pissing me off because shut up, Jared. It's bothersome. They could have done something. Again, they just keep on missing the bus. Now the Shamar Stewart, I'm sorry, is it's all about language in the contract now. They're just kind of bothersome a little bit.
I told you he can't spell his own name. That's why.
Shut up. It's not that.
So, hey, Mitch, I got something for you real quick on a side note. They had their awards today, okay? The kiddos did for school. And
what are you talking about?
Anaya and Xavier, they had their award ceremony from school today.
Oh, we're talking about the children's.
Yeah, the children's, right?
Yeah, you gotta give us some context, Belly.
You just came out of nowhere with this.
There she is. Look at her.
She got outstanding math for the year.
Outstanding in math?
Yep.
All right.
Congrats.
Do me a favor.
Only smarter than your dad. Congrats.
Yep. At least she can add.
Push your dad out of the way.
I guess Billy's not smarter than a third grader.
The only reason I say that is because at the beginning of the year she was struggling.
Well, congratulations, darling. We love you. Congratulations to the Belly B family, man.
Bro, I told you, man. Adding goldfish ain't cool.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Because he eats them as they're counting them.
Yeah.
So shout out to last night's TikTok lives. We were having some fun last night. We were talking. So Browns. I was talking to Nathaniel, and one of the got into the topic of Browns, and someone brought up a Browns fan actually brought up what was it that made Miles stay, and then he left. So I was like, they hoodwinked him. They put this contract in front of him and said, "Yo, Miles, we need you to sign this contract." He goes, but what's your plans for the future? And they said, we're going to bring in a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And we're going to turn this around in Cleveland. He was like, seriously? They're like, yes, Miles, I'm telling you, we got this guy on the phone right now. All you got to do is sign this contract. Once you sign this contract, it's a wrap. Miles Garrett, he's like, all right, cool, I'll go ahead and sign the contract. It said, all right, now turn around. Hey, Miles, I want you to introduce you to Kenny Pickett, the Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Philadelphia Eagles. You stupid.
They signed 2 of them.
Dumbass Browns are going to be browning this year, people. I'm sorry. They have 4 quarterbacks, 2 that are rookies, a veteran, and a guy who's never been in the league. Show of hands, how many people think that fucking Kenny Pickett's going to get that?
No, they got 5.
Well, he's not playing though.
Oh,
out
he's
the
the highest paid on the roster.
The highest
No,
paid.
he's playing.
He's the highest paid. No, he ain't gonna play. He's
man.
not. He's hurt all season. He's not gonna make. No, he can't. He's not coming back from that injury.
They're going to be cellar dwellers, as we know. I mean, they're just it's so bad.
They are doing a supreme level of tanking. That's going to happen. It's just hiding the fact they're about to do something.
I know. So. Actually, I don't agree with that tanking.
I don't think they're tanking.
I think the quarterback is in next year's draft, just like the Saints. I think they're tanking too.
So you're
trying to act like they're trying to.
We're going to add another
quarterback,
bro.
No,
like,
are you
do that?
Yo,
they're bad. They're not going to do that.
Why are you slandering the Browns, bro?
They are going to take a quarterback next year. And let them be in the top 5. They will have a quarterback next year.
That makes no sense, bro.
I got $10 saying they will draft if they're in the top 5.
Put me down for that bet. Put me down.
I think they're not as special as the Jets organization for doing that. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there.
I promise you
for recognizing.
Hold on, hey, bro. I got a question, and I want you to pose to TikTok as well. And so this is for YouTube, this is for Twitch, and this is for the panel. Is the loss or the cutting of Justin Tucker going to affect the Ravens?
So to answer the question, I think to some degree, yeah, just because from familiarity, from being very dependable, from what they're used to in close games, I think it will affect them to some degree. But to be honest with you, they're not making that move if they didn't have a backup plan. If they didn't have any confidence, I think they would have just bit the bullet and held Justin Tucker until the wheels fell off. So now obviously you could look at it and say, well, they probably know that something was coming and they wanted to make a choice and get ahead of it. But I just think from him being there as long as he's been there, being as dependable, say what you want about the misses, but he's been a guy, he's had more game-winning situations than their starting quarterback.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't tell me that a guy who, and if you even go back to last season, game tying, game winning, or game changing field goals that this man still makes. You can't replace. That's not replaceable right away. It's just not.
I don't think it's that. There's certain players that you just don't replace off the rip. But having said that, again, this is not an organization that hasn't won. This is an organization that has won, and they've won with him and they've won without him. They won prior to him being there, and they won with him being there. So I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm not saying they're going to drop to last place from this. I'm just saying that they're going to feel the pinch of it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this takes them out of playoffs because they lost Justin Tucker. Let me just say that.
Nowhere near. I think they're the best team in the North right now.
But let me say this to you. What if it came down to it and the guy misses the field goal? What?
Fired, and you get another one.
I mean, okay.
So you got to think about it. The Ravens also had Ray Rice, and they cut Ray Rice when he was on the downflow. I mean, I know we had a domestic violence thing, but we all play fantasy. We seen his stats decline. Oh, cop out. Hey, man, yo, you got to go.
Oh, that's
out. You can replace the kicker.
You punch the lady in the face. That's not a cop out.
No, but what he said.
No. It's like
Like, what?
Drugged him.
We love you. So here's the thing, right? I think if he was still producing, they would have kept him on the team. We all play fantasy and we see his rushing numbers decline each year.
Right.
And then the domestic violence thing happened, right? Same thing with Tucker. He's been declining, right? We can't
They're
just
missing kicks.
That's
Yeah,
Tucker.
last year was bad, bro.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
did miss a lot.
something happened? Oh, go ahead.
No, I just say he did. He had some misses, but I just think you can't replace that.
Yeah, but that's not a starting cornerback. That's not a starting running back or position player to where the point to where I think like I said, I think it will have some effect. But it's not the worst case scenario. Like now, this is bad for the rate. This is not that. It's a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal, bro. This is not a guy that they depend on because remember, he's getting opportunities when they need him. He's not a guy that's the offense like we saw with a team a year ago, where the first 5 games, 6 games of the season, it was nothing but field goals. When you talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's not the same thing. You know what I mean? Like they do have an offense. They do have a starting quarterback. They can put points up. Obviously, when you get to those crucial moments, you would like to have Mr. Reliable. You would like to have a person that they can rely on. But again, he was on the downcline. You look at last year alone, forget the previous 2 years, just last year alone, they may have gotten rid of him anyway if they had found somebody to replace him. So what do we, you know what I mean? So it's not like he was still Justin Tucker from 64 yards in Detroit. This is Justin Tucker who missed 3 field goals in crucial moments. This is Justin Tucker who had 2 opportunities to win games and he did not make those field goals. This is Justin Tucker that missed more extra points this past year than he did his entire career. This is that Justin Tucker. This is not the guy from say 4 or 5 years ago. So that's all I'm saying.
Drew, what's your take on it?
I mean, you're putting yourself in a question to say, all right, who's the next guy that's going to be able to give us some field goals? But I don't think it's going to change much for them to. And like I said, I mean, I agree with Berber. I don't think it's going to change much for them. But we shall see where. Because I don't think this is the end of Tucker in the league. He might end up somewhere else, but his decline last year was very noticeable. He was missing 30-yard, field goals that are like chip-ins for him. So, but I don't think it changes anything for the organization.
Quick update. At halftime, it's Minnesota 48, OKC 44. Also in the top of the ninth, the Yankees are up 5-2. Anyway, Reese. So everyone, so you said it that they're the best team in the North
on paper.
Where, in order for them to have a successful season, what do they have to do? What do they have to work out?
It's Super Bowl or bust. They're at the Super Bowl bust level team.
Really?
Yes, I think they're one of the ones. I think you got Buffalo, the Ravens, KC, Philadelphia. I think the Rams may be up there.
What about the Bills?
I just said the Bills.
Oh, you said the Bills. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, the Bills are up there. All the top 4 teams in the AFC are definitely Super Bowl or bust. I might have to put the Bengals up there too because they if you have that window, you have the quarterback, you have that window, you're Super Bowl or bust. You're not going to be. You're not just going to be happy making the playoffs, though. But you're not going to just be happy making the playoffs, are you?
I'd say the Bills are. I'd say the Bengals are playoff bound or bust.
Yeah,
more than
I'm saying, would they be happy just making the playoffs? Are the Bengal fans happy just making the playoffs?
We're not okay. How do we get to talking to the Bengals?
I was just saying, I'm trying to figure out all the teams that are like at that point where they're Super Bowl.
I asked you specifically about the Ravens. So you said if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, they're done.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
because
I think they're Super Bowl bust.
That's more of a team that you see. You say Super Bowl bust. That's more of a team that could be blown up. I don't see the Bills blowing that team up if they don't make the Super Bowl. I don't see the Bengals blowing that team up if they don't make the Super Bowl. But I can
I'm
see
saying I think both of those teams are in the window of this is our time to make a Super Bowl run. We have the quarterback, we have we have pieces that should get us to the Super Bowl. So I think I'm saying when you have Joe Burrows, I think that's what you're at. You have Josh Allen, you have Lamar Jackson, you have those quarterbacks. You're in that window.
I don't agree with the window part. I agree that they should make it there. Your window,
Okay.
I'm talking like window. We're looking at teams that, like Lamar, for instance, right? And the Ravens, they've been there and close to their AFC Championship game. You know, the division game before that. I think they have more of a window that's closing than any other team.
Well, Mitch, you were just talking 3 years ago. Y'all were in the Super Bowl, so y'all in that window. Y'all are one of those teams that you have an opportunity every year because you have that quarterback. You have the man.
I guess we're looking at the word window a little bit.
I'm saying as long as you have Burrow.
Burrow has his hand up, so I know he's going to yell at you about you saying something about the Bills. So you're on mute.
And no. First of all, I'm gonna say shout out to Legendary. He in the chat right now. He just basically alluded to that. That's correct to a certain degree, but I don't think it's Super Bowl for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's playoffs for the Cincinnati Bengals because of Joe Burrow, because of what the offenses look like, because of the back-to-back years of not making the playoffs. Like I told you when we had another conversation, I think he has to lead this team to the playoffs. He can't not have a third year in a row and don't make the playoffs, and that criticism's not going to come his way, no matter if it's warranted or not. It's going to come with him because of the contract, because of who he is, and because of those two re-signings that he basically wanted without question. He didn't care about what they was going to do on defense. He wanted those two guys back in the fold. So from that standpoint, I agree.
Bro. 3 years ago, he was hurt. This was the last 2 years.
No, listen, bro. I'm not talking about 3 years ago, bro. I just said if he does not make the playoffs this year, it will be 3 years he didn't make the playoffs. Not 3 years ago that he was hurt. 2 years ago, they didn't make the playoffs. Last year, they didn't make the playoffs. This year, if they don't make the playoffs, that'll be 3 years in a row.
Right. But the two, not last year, the year before that, he was hurt.
Again, bro, because he was hurt. Do you honestly believe that the media and the bullshit is not going to come his way because of that? They don't care, bro. You know that. It's not about. It's not that it's warranted. It's not that it's warranted. It's not that I agree with it. That's not what I'm saying, bro. Just hear me out. What I'm saying is that if he goes for a third year and this team don't make the playoffs, right?
Well, of course he's the quarterback of the team.
That's my point. So what I'm saying is, from the standpoint of making the playoffs, I think Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals have to do. I don't think they have to make the Super Bowl without bullshit coming their way. I do agree with Baltimore. I do agree with Buffalo. I do agree with Detroit. I do agree with those because
KC.
No, I don't think KC because I think you're going to see that fall off come. I don't think it's going to be not playoffs and no shit
last
like
year
that.
Was their year.
Right. I think you started to see that anyway, the decline of what Kansas City will look like just because the offensive line is not that great. They got away with a lot of listen to me. Just hear me out. Just hear me out first before you disagree with me, bro. You looked at last year in Kansas City with the offensive line. You saw about 11 games where there were about 4 points or less that if the call goes the other way, Kansas City doesn't win the games. They potentially have 7 wins last year without those calls. Say what you want about the calls, but if the calls don't transpire, the Kansas City Chiefs don't have a winning record. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they're going to fall off a cliff and don't be competitive and there's no pressure because you still talking about a guy who's in the conversation as the greatest of all time. I'm just saying the pressure of them making it to the Super Bowl won't be there because they're not going to get those same calls because everybody's been watching.
I just totally can't agree with you. I said any team that's coming off a Super Bowl berth, if you played in the Super Bowl last year, you are Super Bowl or bust. And no matter what happened to your team, you are still Super Bowl or bust.
Okay,
I don't understand. They have the pressure to make the Super Bowl.
So
yes,
if you don't got a team to get to the Super Bowl, you still got to go there.
If you think they're Super Bowl contenders, I'm saying who doesn't think they're Super Bowl contenders next year?
I just gave you my reason is why though, bro. Is let me ask you this question: do you believe in the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line?
I have to see it next year. I don't know. I didn't believe this year.
But
I don't know.
What you saw last, and compare it to what we saw last. Do you think what you saw last is the great offensive line?
Okay, but I also don't see too many teams having Philadelphia's defensive line to do that to KC.
I agree.
Who else going to be able to do that?
I agree with that as well, but remember this, and I'm gonna say this was about maybe 4 or 5 shows ago. You was the one that reminded me. This is a copycat league. Once a defensive coordinator sees what transpired, the rest of the league is going to do so. And so my point is, yeah, you may not have the same defensive lines that go up against Kansas City every week, but the schemes will be there because they know that that offensive line really ain't built like that, bro. You talk about the Carolina Panthers. You talk about the Buffalo Bills. You talk about the Los Angeles Chargers. You talk how many times did we see last year that if it don't be a call pertaining to the offensive line, pertaining to a pass interference, that team doesn't win, bro.
We're still talking about a 15-2 team. Oh, okay. They don't win. They don't win 2 or 3 games. And they're 12-2. They're 12 and
can I ask you a question?
They were 15-2.
Can I ask you a question, Reese? Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, are you really moved
this
by?
This is another reason why I just get on my last nerve. He get on my last nerve.
So
I can't believe we got KC out of the conversation on one of the best
TikTok chat right now, man. Appreciate y'all, man. But it's crazy to think that a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, who everybody was saying that this offensive line is not the same, right? Who really didn't believe in the weapons that they had because the weapons wasn't all that, right? Now all of a sudden they're going to be expected to go back to the Super Bowl just because they had a great year last year. That doesn't mean that, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not going to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying that I don't expect.
I'm gonna give you an example, bro. I'm gonna give you an example, bro.
I'm saying.
Bro, I'm gonna give you an example. 2015, you saw what happened to us in the Super Bowl. We got beat up by the Denver offensive line.
Right.
You not think the next year we thought we were Super Bowl contenders?
Right.
We expected to go back. No, did you not expect to go back in 2016?
Okay, all right. Hold on, wait. And I'm gonna ask my question.
And Travis Kelce getting old too.
What did you lose?
Coming from, bro?
What did you lose going into that next
year? Suspensions potential.
Oh, we lost the whole secondary. We didn't have Josh Norman. We didn't have that.
What else?
All that.
What else?
Offense. I think the offensive line was about the same, but I think the secondary we lost, and we thought we improved the receiving corps.
Okay, so that right there is a deficit. You by whiffing on improvement of something is a miss in NFL, right? Hold on, hear me out. Now, with that being said, your expectation of going into next season is always predicated off of the unknown of what you're doing, free agent signing and draft.
That's your opinion. If I feel like I have the quarterback, every season I'm thinking we have a chance. If I have one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, every season I'm thinking I have a chance.
That's it?
Yes, if it's like that. The team that Cam,
you my dog, but you're gonna lose all the time, bro.
Hey, that team that Cam pulled in 2015, what was the difference?
Okay, you had a very good O line, didn't you? That year with Cam?
No,
we
didn't. Not really. No.
What was the ranking? What was the ranking of the offensive line?
Mike Remmers was on that offensive line.
What was the ranking?
We had backups. I don't remember.
All right. Okay. So were you below?
We saw what happened in the Super Bowl.
Were you below top 15?
Oh no.
All right then. Yo, listen. If you are anywhere from 11 to about 16, you are you're very good in any aspect of the major of the professional sport. Once you start dipping into the 20s, you're bad at any facet. So if you have a very good O-line and a top 5 quarterback, your projections are way better than a top 5 quarterback and a bottom half team, a bottom half offensive line. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Okay, let me ask you a question. The Bengals offensive line when they went to the Super Bowl, what was that ranking of that offensive line?
No. Hold hold on. Check this out. I think the way the conversation started and what I was saying to it before you brought up the Panthers and everybody else and disagreed with, and that's fine, that's your take. But I think what we've seen throughout the season last year of the decimation of that offensive line and how Pat responded at times was not at his best. And then in the Super Bowl, to watch it fully executed by a great defense. Now, a lot of teams are not going to be able to replicate that because they don't have that defense. However, there are good defenses that can scheme it to almost to mirror it a little bit. I don't think they're going to have the drop off of a century, like Bro said, but I could easily see the Broncos winning that division.
Okay, but are you sure? Are you saying KC is not a Super Bowl contender right now in your mind?
No, they're not.
Right, in my opinion, right now, I'm going to say no.
So, all right.
Well,
So, and my question was,
I'm saying, well, 1 second, bro. I apologize, bro.
Mhm.
I'm saying, I'm not even saying they not a Super Bowl contender. I'm saying, because this is what the conversation was about, it's not Super Bowl and bust for them because they went to the Super Bowl last year. That's what I'm saying. Because I agree that they could still be a playoff team. I agree with that 1,000%. I agree that once they get in the playoffs with the quarterback that we're talking about, they could potentially make it to a Super Bowl run. I'm not saying that's not the case. What I'm saying is, okay,
I got one real quick, Reese. So what do you say that there is? What is you saying they're going back to the Super Bowl?
No, I'm saying they're Super Bowl contenders, and I think their fan base and most of the media will have them as a Super Bowl buster. It's a disappointment if they don't make it, or if they don't go high.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, I think it is a disappointment.
Okay,
yes.
so I'm gonna throw one even better. What if they get knocked down in the first round? What's your thought on that?
I think it's a disappointment. I think they had a disappointing season. I think they will feel like they had a disappointing season.
So you go back to your magical window that you were talking about. Does that not close on them hard?
Oh, the questions will start to be asked. Yeah, the questions about the window will start to be asked.
So
it will be.
I think with,
but I'm saying after a Super Bowl run, I don't think you go back to, hey, we're not even trying to go to Super Bowl.
So my question was, and this is for the panel and everyone in the chat. We know that they won, and I'm always going to push back on this specific season. They had 12 wins by a score of 1, a margin score of 1. So that means anywhere from 1 point to about 7. They had 12 wins. They were a Super Bowl winning team. Hold on. They were a Super Bowl winning team the previous year, weren't they?
Cool.
Right? That led the league in drop passes and had a mediocre pass rush. They went into this season that we just got out of and just fell apart. So going into this season, there's the things that I didn't see that they fixed. They damn sure didn't fix that wide receiver room. That's one.
Did they not? They didn't need to?
Hell yeah, they did, bro.
They came Ray Rice back this year. What are we talking about?
Yes and no.
Ray Rice is retired.
Yes and no.
I mean,
I don't think they necessarily needed to add pieces to the receiver room. I think they just kind of needed to get healthy.
Yo, listen, I'm not Yo, listen, and Stino, that's a
Rasheed Rice.
That is very good to say. But you want to know something? You want to know who I'm not moved on? I'm not moved on Hollywood Brown.
Or Juju Smith-Schuster.
Or Juju Smith.
I feel that.
Right? And now with that being said, that leaves the top 2 guys in that room, a gadget player in your rookie going into his second year in Worthy. And
Pat, you call him a gadget player. That's still your bias.
Bro, you called him a gadget player.
I didn't call him no gadget player. I said he was a good receiver. I've been on his back for a while saying he was a really good receiver.
First of all, pause. That's crazy. And second of all, he is a gadget player because listen, you're not gonna line. Listen, you're gonna line. So you mean to tell me you're gonna put Xavier Worthy on the wide side and expect him to do something against a big corner?
I've seen him do it. You could line him up at X, Z, Y, slide anywhere. You
All
can
right,
line the
cool.
kid up.
As I was saying, they did
All
nothing
right.
to improve that receiver room. Their O line is falling apart because they let go one of their best guys in Tooney, and you still have that question on that right side, bro. That right side with that tackle, he is terrible. He's been getting he's been getting get out of jail free cards in Monopoly every game. He clearly jumps off sides. And until they start cracking down, the minute they crack down and start throwing penalties, we're looking at 1st and 15, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, bro. And on top of that, their running back.
How many games you think they lose this year?
Their running back room is still not good. It's not healthy, bro.
6.
So to context of what you said, Drew, that 12 wins. Let's keep in mind, out of those 12 wins that were by 1 score or less, 7 of those games had crucial penalties called in their favor in the last 6 minutes of the game.
And I don't like talking refs, bro, but like,
let's go.
I swear.
Hate you. Sorry.
There's nothing moving me that makes them a Super Bowl contender this year. And yes, they went to the Super Bowl last year and lost, but there's nothing that makes them a Super Bowl contender for me, bro. There's nothing that makes them a Super Bowl contender for me.
Nothing.
Nothing. The best quarterback in the league. What are you talking about? Nothing. A Hall of Famer already. Nothing. You can dip your head, man. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a lot. Just because just because you have that one piece, that does not mean it's always going to get you over the hump.
They don't just have one piece. You have made one of the best defensive players still in the league. Chris Jones is still on that side.
And you still ain't give him no help.
He has taken worse receiving cores, like you just said. You don't like the receiving core. He took worse and won Super Bowls with.
Name it.
The one that beat Philly the first time was worse than the one he got now.
Watch your mouth.
Stop.
That was the one. The one that beat Philly the first time was worse than the one they have now.
Settle down.
Hold on. Time out. I'm just utterly confused with why you're glazing them so much.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh my God! Now I'm glazing. Just agree with everybody else. I got you. I'm done. You're right. I'm glazing them. God, Jesus.
You are glazing them.
I'm
glazing
because they want.
I'm not moved by declining Kelsey, and I like Kelsey.
I was talking, so I would appreciate. I didn't cut you off. Don't cut me off. What I'm saying to you is this: you're not looking at how their season really went last year. They won by the skin of their teeth a lot of games. Can you not admit that? Yes or no? Just answer.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they got their ass handed to them in the Super Bowl.
Can I ask by who again?
By the Eagles.
That's nice.
Settle down.
Would you agree that they got their ass handed to them in the Super Bowl? Yes or no?
Yes. No.
Okay. So now, being that you know football the way you do you not think that 30 other teams were watching that and saying, we could build a scheme to this? And to Drew's point, Bro's point, and everyone else's, they did not improve that offensive line. So is it a possibility, a very strong possibility, that these teams show up that go against them and really want to? Good, Reese, you know this more than anybody. They got a huge target on their back, don't they?
Always. And they've won. They've won 3 Super Bowls.
What happens
on their back? It's on their forehead. It's on their forehead right now, bro.
Okay. Again, I understand everything you're saying, but there is a history that y'all want to go about 1 year. There's a history. This team, this coach, they still know how to win. They know how. They have every.
That shit done.
That shitty Golden State team should have been in the playoffs, but they had that.
Bro. I got a question.
Go ahead, Stan.
Wait, hold on. Brobo has his hand up. I want to get to Brobo and Stino. I'm going to say this. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to a different level and say this. That was the past, Reese, right? The foundation was good then. The foundation's cracking. Don't act like they're not changing. Kelsey's not the guy he once was. That team is there's certain parts of that team that are getting older and they haven't replaced them. That team, if they do not make the Super Bowl or make a run for the Super Bowl, or if they don't even win that division, that window is closing fast.
I will agree.
Bro, you go.
Yeah, I don't want to get this confused. Like I'm saying, this team is not going to the playoffs, or that the coaching staff can't win or put this team in position to win games, close games. That's not what I'm saying. So I don't want that to be misconstrued. And shout out to Corey, who just joined the chat in TikTok. Actually, just joined the live on TikTok. And he's a Chiefs fan, so I'm sure he's eager to be screaming. But I just want to say this. There are a couple of things that we are used to seeing from the Kansas City Chiefs that are question marks. We are used to seeing Travis Kelce have an impact on this team. We don't know what that's going to look like. We are used to more than Chris Jones making crucial plays on defense. We don't know what that's going to look like. Now, we are also used to Spags coming up with some type of scenario to put this team in position. But again, in my opinion, what I don't see is how did they get better from last year? And the best things that they did was re-sign what they already had. So my thing is that doesn't mean that the draft wasn't great for them. That doesn't mean that Spags is going to be the worst defensive coordinator in football. That don't mean that Andy Reid needs to retire. That don't mean that the Kansas City Chiefs won't win the division. But if you ask me, are they Super Bowl or bust because they don't make the Super Bowl next year because they got Patrick Mahomes? I don't agree with that. I think Patrick Mahomes is good enough to lead this team to the playoffs. I've seen it. I've seen him do it. I've seen the offensive line not be good and he make plays. I've seen him not have a great running game and he make plays. I've seen Andy Reid put him in position and he still make plays. I'm in agreement with you from that standpoint. I'm just saying, if you're talking about Buffalo, Baltimore, or Detroit, there's no question there's more pressure on those teams and their quarterbacks to get to the Super Bowl than a team that just won 2 Super Bowls coming off.
But that's not even the question. But that's not even the question. The question was, I said Super Bowl teams that are Super Bowl or bust. I'm saying all of them can Super Bowl bust. They might not be at the same level as the Ravens. Ravens may be considered a better team. They may be Buffalo may be considered a better team. But we had the same questions with Buffalo last year. And what your quarterback do is prove, hey, everything may not be perfect, but I'm here. I'm still a factor that if I'm going good, this team is going to go good.
Right. And Josh Allen did that last year. Patrick Mahomes did not.
So wait, can I comment?
We're talking about 1 year for Pat.
Right, Stino, you had a question.
Yeah, I mean, not really a question, more kind of a statement, I guess, man. But what's one phrase that holds true in all sports? Football, basketball, baseball, volleyball,
the best offensive lineman in the draft.
Wait, what's happening?
One statement that kind of holds true in football, basketball, baseball, all levels, professional, high school, college, whatever the case may be, right? Do great teams not find ways to win close games?
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious because, I mean, people like to bring up those 12 games that they only won by 1 point.
But I think Drew brings it up not to shit on them that way.
Right.
I think he brings up is this team is touted that there's no competition for them sometimes by their fan base, not by Reese. You said that because you know is this. So with all that said about KC, right? I've been bringing up this point to Lion fans, right? They lost their OC, DC, and other like 3 other coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that hurting that team?
I think it could, yeah. I think it very well could.
It definitely could, yes.
Depending on who they bring in and how well they're able to mesh with the players that's already in place in that offense and things like that. And don't know if they're going to end up trying to institute, if the offense is going to try to institute a new scheme that Ben Johnson wasn't running, or if the defense is going to try to use a new scheme that Aaron Glenn wasn't running. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of question marks when it comes to the coaching staffs on a lot of these teams, man, especially the high win teams from last season. So.
But they still think they should be Super Bowl or bust, right? Everybody thinks Detroit should.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. All right, so out of all the teams that we just talked about, I'm going to go with 4 of them. I'm going to go with KC because the Super Bowl winners 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit. Someone said the Rams, and I think the Rams window is going to be closing for a different reason because their quarterback only got about 2 years left in him, maybe.
Yeah, that's why.
Right.
Yes, that's why I think that's why I said they're Super Bowl or bust because their quarterback could be,
unless Reese, they decide to make some sort of trade and get somebody to be, because you want to laugh? You want to hear something funny? Someone said this last night, and at first I was like, I don't know. What about in Cleveland right now, right? Let's just say, because I think Shador is winning over the locker room right now, right? Let's just say Shador gets that starting role. What if Gabriel wants to be traded?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The Rams still ain't go.
Well,
That's not a bad take.
Wait a second. If the Browns, who have every quarterback that's ever played the position right now on their roster, and they get rid of Gabriel, right? Why wouldn't the Rams pick him up for fucking peanuts, dude?
Oh yeah.
Right? And so that he gets to sit behind Stafford for a year, where Shador's stuck with finger massage, old Grandpa Flacco, and
touch my body.
You mean?
Well, he's still a third round. He's still a third round type of
Ryan.
quarterback. In a weak quarterback draft.
We're
So
still talking about a quarterback who's 108 and 13 and 1.
Yeah. He's still a third round quarterback in a weak quarterback draft. So I don't know if he's gonna be still considered the heir apparent. Like,
who's that?
I think you lose Stafford. Oh, if they even got what's his name? Gilbert. What's his name?
Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. I don't think it's the heir apparent. Like, at that point, I don't know. It was a third round quarterback in a bad quarterback draft.
And I mean, what Ryan said, I think, getting him back to T Ferg, shout out to them Oregon Ducks, like that was a big thing in him going to Oregon with Terrence Ferguson being there. So I think Terrence Ferguson, that could be a selling point with getting him to the Rams. So I mean, I can see that as a pitch for them.
I can't see why not. I mean,
they can get him for peanuts, but I'm saying, but I think the Super Bowl window is closed if is not the starting quarterback. Matt Stafford is not the quarterback right now until proven.
Oh no, he's there, dude. He's there. Like it's not even.
Like, but like you say, he's got 2 more. He maybe got 2 more years.
Maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
If he can't stay upright, this may be his last fucking year.
That's why I said Super Bowl. That's why I said Super Bowl or bust. That's why I said they're one of those things.
Wasn't they working on an extension for him? Or
yeah, they
got him. I thought they did
it in 2 years.
Okay. I got you.
So I posed this question in, I forgot what live it was. Me and Jared were talking about this. I've been hearing a lot of people in TikTok lives talk about strength of schedule in the NFL, and I really think it's a nuisance coming over from college. When I think we really need to be talking about it in the light of, and the term I want to start people to start understanding is that when NFL schedules come out, you're basing, like, the NFL sets their schedules up way different from college. Yeah. It's like third place, fourth place, whatever, you play this division 1 year, next year you play another division.
2 teams from this division. Shit
like that. So it should be talked in more of strength of difficulty based off of who you're playing as opposed to strength of schedule. I don't think there is any strength in that, in your team going into that schedule with the way people are talking about it. So my question is, do you think, quote unquote, strength of schedule matters in the NFL?
When?
I do. I'm sorry.
At any point in the season?
So all right. So let me rephrase the question. when does the quote unquote strength of schedule matter to a team in a season?
Week 6.
Hey, all right, real quick before we move any further, we have a brand new member tonight. His name, you guys know him, is El Cooey.
What's happening, Cooey, my boy? Cooey.
What's up, Cooey? Thank you for this love. Welcome to the No Man.
Cookaloo Cooey.
About fucking time, Cooey. Stupid bastard.
It's my guy, bro. It's my guy. Man.
I love Cooey, man. Hey, Cooey was watching us on both Twitch and YouTube, so he's going.
Let's go.
Can I
Welcome.
Bro,
Wait.
TikTok
I
some
think.
love, man.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. You muted.
So real quick to Mr. Daniel, aka Skrilla, to legendary booger eater, aka Mr. Leprechaun, to Corey, to Big Energy, to Wiccan. Here is Mr. No Man Stitch himself. I want to say to everybody that has been rocking with us, man, appreciate the love and the support that y'all give to us, man. Thank y'all for showing up to the live. We're going to continue to do both. I'm multitasking. I apologize for not necessarily missing out on everything that Bro just said when it pertains to Reese, but I think I felt better about it. But thank y'all so much for the love and the support, man, and I'm going to go back on mute.
And Notre Dame.
Watch your
And
fucking
fuck
mouth.
you, Kirby.
I got you, Juan. I got this, bro. Watch your fucking mouth, you fucking Nebraska corn. Never mind.
That's all right. Oh, you almost with that.
Whoa.
Excuse me, sir?
Crouch is your daddy.
Come again? Excuse me? Did you just say Eric Crouch?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that bum burger. Cut it out, Jared.
What? Hey, man. That man is 2-0 against Notre Dame. I'm good, man.
Damn.
All right.
Unfortunately.
So, now I will say this. I love this talking, and we got OTA starting soon. And we're gonna get back into this so hardcore. Listen, if you want the best, and I'm telling you the best, this and yes, you know what? Fuck it, I'm throwing shade at everybody that's not No Man. If you ain't No Man, you ain't got a podcast. Sorry. Here's what it is. This is No Man. The No Man Nation, baby. Yes,
Mitch,
sir.
can we tell Wes the compliment he got yesterday from a Broncos fan?
Nice.
Wes, Trav, who's been on.
Of course, I knew it was Trav.
You know who Trav is, right? Trav was like, "Oh, Wes is like the calmest fucking Raiders fan I've ever seen in my fucking life, man."
Do it. I've been doing it.
I said to him, I said, because you've never watched a game with him.
Oh shit.
Wes turns into a different person when he's watching the Raiders. Yes, he's not your stereotypical Raiders fan that's jumping through
the fake paint and that stuff.
He's not crazy like that. But like I did say, I haven't stopped hearing this nonsense about how the Bengals ruined Bo Jackson because
they did.
Because he can't run the football the right
way.
They did.
That
was the Bengals' fault.
Cheated us out of a goat. But
so
I want to get back on
baseball. Did that?
First off, hold on, Stino, you got some dirt on your screen that says Packers Pagers. I don't know.
Go ahead.
That's Jalen Brunson getting hit by a car. That's what that is.
Hell, Lord, see.
Go ahead, Wes.
But to Drew's point regarding strength of schedule, I'm like him. I don't like it because I think it's based off of the previous year's records anyway.
Yeah.
What to me is the travel. I think that's what really affects teams going, east to west.
Yeah.
And now going with the international travel and short weeks. Like it's for one, we do time zones going from the east to west, but if you going to London and all this stuff, then you got to come back and play a Monday or one of them short weeks. That's why I think the schedule becomes unfair because you don't get the full recovery for rest for your body to recoup after playing a football game, and then you got to play on a Thursday. Like I feel
that. I feel that, Wes.
That ain't fair.
Don't
well, I think
the Chargers travel the most this year.
Yes,
Chargers across the planet.
I think they travel almost like 36,000 miles or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I was watching a video and they were like up to like 22,000, and the Bengals were like the next closest, and they were only at like 8,000 miles. So like I was like, okay, they're going to be going everywhere.
And
this
we're
year.
so tough. We're walking those 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
To answer the question, I think strength of schedule is more of a betting thing. It's more for the gamblers. It's more for. I don't think teams use it or should use it at all. It'd be stupid to do that because you don't know the difference in teams the next year to the next year. It could be a different team, different coaches staff, and all that. But I think it's for gambling purposes. It's for everybody. Hey, okay, I think your team can go 10-6 this year. I think your team can go 8-9. I think y'all got a weak schedule.
Right.
You can go. So I think it's for gambling.
Shout out to Bo. Hey, shout out to Bo in the chat. He says it. Look what he did to the Steelers last year. The Steelers had a punk ass schedule in the beginning of the season, and then they
had a gauntlet at the end of it. The gauntlet was crazy.
But can I say something? No, I think
one division game to week 10.
Yeah, but Mitch, I think when we're talking about schedule, I think you should really just emphasize your first place, second place, third place, fourth place scheduling. Like that shit matters.
That and
that
I think
shit matters.
I think that all falls under difficulty,
division.
right?
I think it matters more in division. Wow. Okay, so let's say Tampa, we don't have to. Tampa doesn't have to has to play first place teams. We got to play the fourth place team in the NFC East. So that's where it benefits, I think.
Yeah,
Tampa has to see. Yeah, Tampa has to see Philadelphia.
I think the scheduling's starting to get a little weirder too, man. I mean, you go back and look like last year, there was only one day of the week that the Chiefs didn't play a football game. They played literally every single day of the week, except I think it was Tuesday that they had a football game on last year. And that's kind of unprecedented, really, for a football team to play on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in a season. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's getting to the point in the NFL.
Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, love, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, love.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah,
Stino brought me back. Stino brought me back.
Stino's a W. Stino.
That was a W for Stino in the chat.
They'll ever roll it back due to injuries?
Say it again.
Do you think they will ever like roll the schedule back or possibly give the second bye week due to injuries?
I think you're going to see nothing but adding games from this point forward.
Yeah, and they're going to shorten. They're going to shorten preseason.
And that's the thing, like they'll do that, but if you've noticed over the past, I think it's like I looked it up, I think it's like the last 4 years. And me and Drew were talking about this, is take Steelers, for example, look at the gauntlet that they had with 5 division games the last
7 weeks, I think.
7 weeks of the season. If you look at the schedules this year.
No, it was 6 because they had
back to back.
Yeah. You're seeing a lot of that recently over the last 3 years. And then you look at the schedules now, you're seeing literally, I think, what was it, Drew? I said like 14, 15 teams this year. That they have five division games in the last 7 season.
I think we could all agree that the Giants got the biggest hose job of anybody.
I'm telling you, they're going 0-17.
Wait a minute. Yo,
they're going 0-17.
I forgot who it is, but there's a team that only has like they've got like 2 or 3 more road games than they do home games this year.
What?
Texans. I think it is Texans.
And it's crazy, bro. I'm like,
I like that. Let them play on the road and get
now, Snow. To your point, I can see them adding another bye week, but the caveat to it is with this whole want of foreign teams, like if they get 2 teams to move overseas or have 2 teams start overseas, Jacksonville going to London, another team in like Germany, right? And expanding and having like a Mexico team and then another team here in the States, right? I think that may open up the schedule to say, all right, let's add 19 games and then have 2 bye weeks in a season, maybe. Because that travel of going from LA to Germany, bro, that's going to be a clusterfuck of travel for a team, bro.
And what I'd like to do here in the upcoming weeks, and Drew and I were talking about this, we want to break down the divisions, right? We'll sit here, we'll spend a whole episode on talking about the AFC East, the AFC North, the AFC West, the AFC South, and the same with the NFC. But also like to be able to extend it to the No Man Nation. Well, look at y'all. I'll go back and look at y'all here. If any of you want, anyone wants to come up and rep their team, and we're going to be speaking in your team's division, you know how to get a hold of us, right? Hit us up on TikTok. Hit us up at nomanfantasyfootball@gmail.com. Speaking of, if you want some fresh merchandise for the summer, just saying.
Hey, Mitch, we do have a caveat. We will not be taking Tampa/Atlanta fans. So if you're that guy, you can keep yourself.
No, we're not taking. No, hold on. You got to get it right.
Crazy.
We're not taking
Atlanta/Tampa fan.
That's
we're not
crazy.
taking that guy that was a Tampa, Atlanta, Tampa fan.
Tampa, Atlanta.
Crazy, bro.
Now there are
New
some.
Orleans fans can call in, huh? New Orleans can call in.
What'd you say?
No, I was asking Reese. New Orleans fans can call in.
Well, no, we're
I
gonna
have
get
no
Nate
problem.
up here.
Oh, they're gonna be trash. They're not gonna call it anyway.
Yeah,
They know they're trash.
New Orleans,
They know they're
Kansas,
trash.
New Orleans, Kansas City, Lions, and Dallas fans all have to call in and wait on hold.
We got our hand raised by the. He's like the resident scholar. What's up, man? What you got? You're on mute there, tough guy.
Shout out to the No Man fam. So we was just going off of what you guys were speaking about originally about a team going overseas, and so I basically let it be known that it just would be tough and difficult to travel, right? But we did come up with a team that could potentially go to Canada, and most people would think the Bills. What do you think about the Toronto Jets? I mean, think about this for a second.
Fuck you.
Toronto Jet.
The Toronto
let's be
Jets.
honest.
I like
The
that.
Giants go
Let
in New
me
York.
finish.
So
Stop.
Let me finish. Think about this for a second, right? It's not that far, right? You would get over there and instantly sell tickets that you're not selling right now because you were little brother when it pertains to the Giants, right? You have your own situation. You have your own situation, and you would have first dibs on the first Canadian high school college quarterback to come out of Canada. He would go right into
How about we send a team that ain't won a Super Bowl yet? Okay.
Oh, shot! Fuck! That's all I hear right now. That's all I hear.
Hey,
I do have a question.
Sports
about
desk. Wait, Kirby. Sports desk. What's the score? What's
Yo,
happening?
Reese, watch your fucking mouth, buddy.
You can be mad all you want. I told you. Shay got them boys in trouble. Yo, you talk shit about Shay. Shay got them both in trouble.
Fuck that free throw merchant, bro.
So,
wow.
Don't be mad, bro. Don't be mad.
So again, and I apologize for interrupting, guys. I don't mean no disrespect.
No, you're good.
Yes, you do.
The next thing is from the TikTok community is, would you, as a Jet fan, Belly B, be upset if they were to move to Toronto or Canada, but go there and then win a Super Bowl?
Yo, listen, Drake is going to be on top of the world if that happens, bro.
Hold on, Belly. I think that's a valid question. All these years that you guys have waited to win a second one, right? Because you won the one with Joe. And all the year, because you didn't see that, right? I mean, if you,
I don't think any of us seen that. I don't even think you seen that, Mitch.
The black and white Super Bowl.
Hold on.
I don't remember the black and white Super Bowl.
Hold on. I'm serious.
Jesus Christ.
I got two questions for you, Belly. A, are you following the Jets to British Columbia? And how mad would you be if they won a Super Bowl in British Columbia than they could in New York?
I wouldn't be mad at all. You know why? Because they'd actually have 2 rings while the Bills still have 0. So, I mean, I'm not mad at all.
Hey, Belly. When Joe took the call from the president after winning the Super Bowl, was it a rotary phone?
Oh, a rotary phone.
Yo, shout out the rotary phones with the
Reed.
long cord, bro, that you can go 3 rooms with, bro.
So again, I never knew that the competition was us, but obviously, comparing your dusty ass Super Bowl when Joe was promoting pantyhose for the Jets I guess that's more of a thing nowadays.
Wow.
But listen,
wait, bro, real quick. So you're
Yes.
saying that Joe Namath and Belly B have something in common? They both.
Oh my God!
Wow.
We got the video to prove it. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Listen, if you're joining late, if you want the video of Belly B, the No Man Sports Desk, dancing in a silk dress.
A Badia, not Medea, Badia. Badia over here.
So I
Yo,
just want to
bro.
say this, bro. To talk shit to me about Dusty Super Bowls and have a dress is like diabolical, bro. That's like, come on,
bro. I didn't think it was possible, but the Jets have dustier Super Bowls than the fucking Dolphins, bro.
Right. Because I think it was 1960.
I don't know. The Dolphins had color. The Dolphins won with color.
Yo, fight back, Ryan.
Dolphins
Fight
won
back,
with
bro.
color TV.
I'm gonna say the same thing that y'all have in common with those Lions fans. At least our trophy case isn't empty.
Listen, bro. If you want to talk to me about Super Bowls from when both our grandparents were cheering for non-Negro leagues, hey man, have at it, bro.
Yeah, I honestly don't count your Super Bowl either, Billy. I'm sorry. You didn't see it. None of us saw it.
I don't care.
We're not letting you count that. It didn't happen when you were alive.
Back when I was in your age.
So Wes, we
for a nickel.
Hey Wes,
They used to bring ice to the house.
You and I have to come up with. We gotta build a bracket. We're gonna have the first ever No MaaM internal giveaway. We're gonna give away a shirt to it's either gonna be Drew, Belly, Stino, Bro, Curbs, Reese, Snow. We gotta get one more. We gotta get. Oh, by the way, shout out to my man Stitch, who's taking on the name.
Yeah, what about Stitch?
Get Stitch in there, bro. For real.
Stitch is in the live right now on TikTok,
yo,
bro.
Yo, you know what? You know what? Yo, check this out. I'm going to give my spot to Stitch.
No, we can add Stitch. It makes it even, you goober.
Yeah, doofus face.
Yo, first of all,
you always trying to run up somebody.
Drew, they don't understand. You and I are genuinely hated on TikTok.
Bro.
No, when there's nothing to do with TikTok. This is an internal competition.
Yeah, but people have to vote. Nobody's voting for me and Drew.
Wes and I are gonna do it.
I'm not. See, Stino not gonna vote for me.
I want to see Wes do it.
I'm definitely not voting for you. So
listen. I can tell you right now. I know who's exactly not voting for me on this panel. I know who's not voting. Yo, listen. Yo, Bro's not. Yo, Vovo. Bro is gonna vote for everyone else, and then right in the chat, man, fuck this nigga Drew. And then Stino. Then, I'm sorry. Fluff is what I said. I know. Sometimes it's
that wasn't the word. That wasn't the word.
That's why I wouldn't vote for you.
Oh my god!
With that said, listen. This has nothing to do with Drew's statement he just made. But next week, due to Memorial Day, we will not be airing a show live. Next week.
My apologies.
You look like Booker T on that wrestling promo. Go get you. Oh, coming for you.
Listen, there's been a lot of talk lately of people want to join the Random Wheel League when we get back into fantasy. So we are going to open up the Random League to a lot of other people to join and have nightmares and cry.
I mean, how many people are already in? It's like 12.
So we got So I think we got 12 in our main league. So we'll do about 2 more leagues.
2 more Random Wheel Leagues.
2 more Random Wheel Leagues.
I bet we could do a TikTok one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. TikTok one. I know Kui reached out and asked me about it.
Yo, listen, don't be mad, bro. Do not be mad. Please do not be mad if you get the Jacksonville Jaguars 3 times in a row. Right. It is what it is, bro. There's no more. There's no mulligan.
Last year we were drafting the fucking 4th stringers off the Rams, bro.
Not as valid. Definitely
That
was.
is valid. That is valid.
Somebody
Hey,
definitely
I have
had
to
the
give Drew
draft.
some props too.
Somebody
Drew,
definitely had the
I've been
draft
looking at
Vince Warren.
some
Yes.
rookie mini camp, man. He a frame catcher. He ain't plucking the ball, man. You might be right,
Who?
Travis.
Yo,
You
No,
might be
hey,
right.
no, look, bro.
He
Listen,
catching with his body
listen,
a whole lot. He
my
catching with his
biggest
body a
takeaway,
whole
my
lot.
biggest
I'm like,
takeaway from
damn.
what I've seen from Trav so far, bro. My son could run better routes than Travis.
Yo,
Hunter.
thank you. Thank
It's
you.
looking weird,
His
man.
routes
Yo.
I
are
might be
fuck-
wrong. I might be having to be wrong about it.
This man ran a comeback route and forgot to come back.
Yes, bro. Yo, yes. Yo,
What is we
yo,
doing, bro?
Yo, if you they did the rookie jersey photo and everything,
Symposium and all that,
right?
yeah.
So they got the drill where it's like this semicircle with a bunch of different color like things that just drop. Yo, you have to catch, like, so you have to keep your eyes square on this little beam and you have to catch in the radius, right? But with one hand. Yo,
the reaction drill, yeah.
Yeah, the reaction drill. Yo, he missed everything on the right side. So the last spot on the right side, which is like very like the peripheral's bad. And if you're in the wrong spot, you're gonna miss it. Yo, he didn't catch it, bro. And
Well,
he was
you
like
know what,
fumbling.
Drew, you know what? I was hating on him, but I was just being a hater, you know. I was,
Nah,
I was just being an asshole.
And
I thought you were an asshole, but now
yo,
you might
and to
asshole.
all Jags fans, now I'm gonna say this again. Please don't take my criticism and what you think of him being a dual threat in the NFL. But you're not using him as a wide receiver. You're going to mainly use him as a corner. And I'm telling you, it will be right in the slot.
You should. You should.
Even in the slot, he's gonna get eaten up, bro. He can't play the run.
There's too many body catches, man. Watch him catch the thing with his body more than anything else. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Drew, what he just said is that exactly what I said to you months ago with the whole Travis Hunter take playing receiver in the NFL. He is not going to be that type. He is a frame catcher.
Catcher.
You're going to see more out of Ted Luther Burke.
You know who else was a frame catcher when he got drafted? That's been asked. Quentin Johnston.
Oh, talk your schnizzle Dan Schnitzel.
Hey, Drew, I agree. He's gonna be a gadget player
in the world.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a gadget wide receiver, Travis.
And
I'm
not I know a fourth round pick and a fifth round pick that bullied his ass in college.
Yeah, right. Don't even mention it.
Do it. Mention it.
I can't pronounce Alex's last name, but him and Torrey Horton, bro.
Yep.
They were bullies.
Now you know who I heard did have a pretty good rookie OTA. That boy Joe Horn.
Yeah,
that boy Joe Horn. I heard
Joe Horn Jr.
I heard Joe had a catch.
Yes, he did.
And it was like he was strapped in with the coverage.
Hey,
and
I
managed.
I wasn't even reading on the catching, bro. It was more like coaches.
His speed is crazy.
Coaches and shit being blown away.
Mm-hmm.
He might have the best bro, you're muted, they've ever seen, and they
he's talking to
like that, bro. Like I'm saying, bro, Joe Horn gonna be dangerous. They impressed by.
Let's stop. Let's stop right now. Stop. Stop. You go get him in a car accident. You fuck it up.
Stop. That's your fault. You brought that on.
Messing my excitement.
And Mitch,
stop messing my excitement.
And Mitch, the point you brought about Shador, right? I've seen some videos with Shador throwing to the second and the third string guys. That boy painting. Dude. He out there looking like Bob Ross with the paintbrush, bro.
But I'm gonna flip it to you, Drew. Check this out. What if they fuck around and they give the starting job to Gabriel? He's gonna want to be gone, Shador.
Nah, I don't think.
Yeah. Dude, hey, from what I'm hearing, Mitch, all the reporters in Cleveland are saying it's not even close.
Oh, it's
you
not,
can see the difference how that ball comes off Shador's hands. This is not even close.
Joe Flacco was hoping Shador wins so he could go back home and watch Jerry Springer all day.
Yo, Reese, and it's not just that. It's his poise and character with everything. So for everyone who fell to that nuance and that narrative that his character and he's too cocky and he's this
immature.
He's that,
we gotta humble him.
He's in the locker room and it's not a demanding thing. It's yo, I'm here and I'm taking these strides with y'all and I'm ready, bro. Like, that's the only thing that I've been hearing about him.
And you know what, Drew? I gotta agree with you again. It's nothing like Caleb, which that Hollywood attitude. Oh, I wanted to be up.
Oh,
That's a
don't
difference.
bring it. Don't. I'm so mad at
I'm
what I
just saying.
read. I'm so mad at what I heard. What his pop said,
She
bro.
do say, "Hey, I'm just glad that I got drafted, and I'm going to make the best of my situation." Caleb is he's an asshole. He is an asshole.
I thought that was a joke. No, that's real.
No, that's real. He wanted to be him and his dad were trying to figure out a way to get to Minnesota.
Yes, bro. Yo. Wait, did you also you didn't also hear what his pop said about him?
Man, I've been
his father said he did not want to get any coaching assistance on reading the playbook.
Hey,
So,
man, you like it? I love it, man.
Raised. We got a hand raised. So
I got a question for the panel because Reese mentioned Joe Horn, right? So
I didn't mention him. Don't you do that? Don't you put that curse on my face?
Of the players drafted in the 6th, 7th round or undrafted, right? Which ones do you think will have that, from watching the OTAs, offense or defense, has that better chance to make the roster?
Himi Tunga Vialuta Awalate.
We got the tight end out of Notre Dame, I think he might start. Mitchell Evans.
Yeah.
He might fucking start.
Mitchell Evans is the dog. He's
an end because we don't have an inline tight end. He can block. He can line up on inline. He might actually start.
Do y'all believe me? Do y'all believe me now when I said that the tight end group was something to watch
it was
out
deep.
for?
No, I told you it was deep. Yeah, it was deep.
said that. Hey, Drew, you know I've been on that train with you, bro. I've been talking about you. You feel me? I've been saying that tight end room is crazy, bro. It's very deep. Harold Fanning being in that bitch going in the 3rd, 4th round.
Yo, Harold Fanning, T. Ferguson, and
gotta love T. Ferguson.
And who was the other kid that got
Who's Max? Who's the guy Max?
Yes.
Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
Them three dudes, in the places that they're at, it gives them the room to say we are like those can be our number 2 pushing into number 1 in a season or 2 tight end.
I mean, but same thing for Arroyo from out of Miami and Mason Taylor.
That's what I said, Mason Taylor. That's what I was talking.
My only thing with Arroyo is
he gets injured a lot.
So are you going to make him a hybrid tight end and move him just off the line, or are you going to keep him in tight and have him stand up? Because I'm sorry, I'm not pleased with Arroyo with his hand in the dirt.
So
I don't want him blocked at all.
It's like, and no shot towards the Raiders, but it's like the Raiders. You can move Bowers off the line because you have Michael Mayer, who is that blocking tight end. Same thing you could say for the Bears. You have Cole Kmet. You have Loveland. So, I mean,
is more of a wide.
I want to see them stack out. Yo, them stacked together.
Bro, you have those options to where one of them doesn't have their hand in the dirt. Like, and I mean, you could say the same thing as the Panthers if Mitchell Evans were to start. Jatavion, he's a better route. He's a better route.
He's not better. Yeah, his hands should not be in the dirt. You are exactly right, Billy. His hands should never be in the dirt. He should never be blocking. Unless he's doing like those blocks where the guy don't see him, he can crack him. That's the only block he can do. If his hands up, he getting thrown around like a rag doll.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I say Mitchell could start.
That's why I was like these later players that got drafted who could make that impact. Yeah, I agree with the Mitchell Evans or that take. But one that I was going to throw out there, and I watched the OTAs, and regardless of what his dad and RG3 are going through, Clark out of Notre Dame over there with the Jets, he has a chance to start in that secondary.
Who drafted Tez? I forgot who had Tez.
Was the most homer. That was the most homer pick you could have got.
Yeah.
Tez went to. Damn, I forgot.
We fucking with Jordan Clark though, man. I
was just talking about that. Where did Tez go?
Shout out Benjamin Thorson over there in Tampa Bay too, bro. Shout out Ben.
Ted
My dog.
Johnson.
I think Xavier Watson gonna have a better rookie year than all.
Yeah, say that. Yeah, Xavier Watson gonna be better than Malachi Starks with his
Tez
old
got drafted.
not tackling ass.
Where you go, Drew?
Tez went to the bank to the Buccaneers.
That's what I was saying. Tez, God damn it. You know, he
Tez
might
went
not
to
see
the
the field.
Buccaneers. Yeah,
He might
I
not
feel
see the field.
Yeah,
God
listen.
damn.
And that's a bad spot for Tez. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is a bad spot for him.
That's
But
a
after
bad spot
that,
for Tez, bro. And Tez
because
is
I
a
don't think
really good. He's a really good.
Doku might not
receiver.
see the field much.
Nah, he will. No.
Oh, because God was hurt already.
Godwin's
Yeah,
hurt.
Godwin.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
and we were talking about this
They
in the
got
live too.
McMillan.
We were talking about this.
Jalen McMillan too, don't they?
He's gonna beat McMillan. I'm sorry. Tez.
Okay.
He's there more for
Tickle
Mike
Papa
Evans
time?
moving out. As opposed to Chris Godwin. Like I think they're going to keep Chris as their number one, and Mike is going to end up flowing out. He'll retire as a Buccaneer, but
I think they got their 3 wide receivers set for the
Boku
next
too.
few years after Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's gone. I don't think Chris Godwin got much longer left in him neither, bro. I'm gonna be all the way honest.
I give Chris like 4.
I know he just re-signed that contract, bro. I don't even think he's gonna be able to finish out his contract. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wow.
I know that's
he does get injured.
I'm not wishing injury on him or nothing like that. I love Chris Godwin. He's a dog. He was arguably the best receiver in the league up until he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I just the injuries he's already accumulated and shit, the work share that he is going to be getting once he does come back. I just feel like it's gonna end up being too much on his body. I mean, we seen what he said when he was on that cart leaving the field. He asked the trainer, "My career is over." I mean, he knows he don't have much left in the motherfucking tank if he does get even a slight little injury like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think
update Billy
at McMillan, Igbuka, and Tez over there. You can next offseason if things don't work out. Mike Evans, hey, we love you. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for your service, but we got to get you on
receiver coach.
It's 94-81. But to what you were saying, Drew, I honestly think McMillan was that piece for Mike Evans to be essentially gone, because if you look at the man doesn't get a lot of respect, but when he did step in for Chris Godwin prior to them drafting McMillan, Palmer was doing Palmer did what he had to do as a slot receiver for Baker. Add in Anita and McMillan.
Hey, I'm gonna go to Bro, and then Bro, real quick. What you got?
Stitch wanted me. No man, Stitch wanted me to ask Drew what happened to giving up his seat.
You got it.
Nah, he ain't giving it. No, we'll include Stitch into it.
He's joking. He's laughing at you right now, bro. He's joking.
Yo, Stitch, I'm tanking it. I'm tanking for you, Stitch.
Not next week, because we won't be on next week, but the week after we'll get Stitch up here, introduce him officially to the
factory,
to the friends and the family. But anyway, listen, we appreciate you, No Man Nation. You're the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting. We got the greatest panel in the world. We got Bro, Belly B, Road Reese, Stino, Snow, that guy Drew, Jay Curbs was in the building, and of course the greatest co-host of podcasting.
Ejectocito, cuz.
His feelings got hurt.
As always, we want to wish you and your family a happy and healthy holiday next Memorial Day. Make sure you have a ton of beer, ton of drinks, ton of food. Have just a great time.
Oh man!
And Drew, No Man question. Before we go, Drew, tell them how it is.
DC will forever be trash.
Oh man!
Yo, to the TikTok family, appreciate you. Skrilla, lavishly tough.